Good morning class. Now today in the second unit of microeconomics, that is consumer equilibrium, today I will start your second chapter, that is your indifference curve. Before that we have already completed the cardinal approach, that means utility analysis. That means we have find out the consumer's equilibrium with the help of a utility analysis, and that approach is known as a cardinal approach, and that approach was given by Marshall, and according to that approach we can calculate the consumer's equilibrium with money. Okay, but here we are going to discuss the consumer equilibrium by indifference curve, and this approach is also known as a ordinal approach. Ordinal approach, that means here consumer will gives the order, that means he will give preference to the one order as compared to the another order. Okay, so now we are going to start the indifference curve. Now first of all, understand what is the indifference curve. Here I have mentioned over here one schedule and one diagram, but before that you please understand what is the exactly point where the consumer will be in the equilibrium. Consumer will be in the equilibrium where he will attain the maximum satisfaction with his limited income. And in the beginning of the economics also I told you that the resources are always rare, that means scarcity is there. So from the scarce resources everyone tries to get the maximum satisfaction. Same thing happened with the consumer also. Consumer is also having the scarcity of the money, that means he has the limited income. So from his limited income he wants to attain maximum satisfaction. So according to this theory we are going to keep few assumptions. First assumption, there are only two commodities in the economy. So consumer has to spend his money income on two commodities in such a way that he can get the maximum satisfaction with his limited income only. Okay? So now after that we have written few combinations. That means first of all the consumer consumes the 1 unit of the X commodity. On that time he was consuming the 30 units of the Y commodity. Okay? Now he has the limited income. If he wants to increase the consumption of the X commodity, he has to reduce the consumption of the Y commodity. Reason, because he has limited income, he cannot increase the consumption of both the commodities simultaneously. One commodity is increased, so then he has to reduce the another commodity. अगर वो Y को बढ़ाएगा तो he has to reduce X, and if he will increase the X, he has to reduce the Y. Okay. Similarly, at the C combination, again he increased the 1 unit of the X commodity, so he reduced the some few units of the Y commodity. Again he increased 1 unit of the X commodity, so again he reduced few units of the Y commodity. That means he is balancing by increasing or by decreasing with his limited income. Ultimately he is getting the satisfaction. That means all the combinations are giving him the equal satisfaction because he is spending his limited income, and by spending his limited income he is getting the combination of both the goods. Same points we have plot on the graph also. Here is X good and there Y good. On the X axis X good is shown, and on the Y axis Y good is shown. First of all, when he consumed the 1 unit of the X commodity, on that time he was consuming 30 units of the Y commodity. Now he increased the consumption of X commodity, so he reduced the consumption of the Y commodity. Okay, that means now he is increasing his commodity of X commodity from 1 to 2 unit. So now he has to reduce Y commodity from 30 to 25. In this way he is increasing his units of the X commodity, and just to compensate he is reducing the Y commodity. Reason behind, because he has limited income. Now the one thing you can see this, when we will join all these points we will get the indifference curve, IC. But one thing is important in this diagram, that all the points A, B, C, D, E, all these points are showing or giving him equal satisfaction. So what is the definition of the indifference curve? Indifference curve shows the combination of two goods. See, at this point there is a combination of two goods, X 1 unit, Y 30 units. Here X 2 unit, Y 25 unit. So that means indifference curve shows the combination of two goods from which the consumer gets the equal satisfaction. So this is the meaning of your indifference curve. Now after this indifference curve, one more assumption kya? That means one more thing you will come to know. First of all, you can see that indifference curve is downward sloping. downward sloping. Reason behind, because if he want to increase the consumption of one commodity, he has to reduce the consumption of the another commodity. This will not go in this shape. If the curve will go in this shape, that means both will be increasing, which is not possible. I'll show you the diagram. See, I have mentioned the diagram over here. That means IC curve will never go upward. Reason behind, if he will increase the unit of X commodity from 1 to 2, he is again increasing the Y commodity 10 to 20, which is not possible for the rational consumer to consume both the commodities with his limited income. If he wants to increase the consumption of the one commodity, he has to reduce the consumption of the another commodity because he has limited income. So the shape of the indifference curve is downward sloping from left to right. This is the reason for the downward sloping. And listen, the shapes of the whatever the curve we are going to read in the economics, there is the reason behind for each and every shape. Why it is downward sloping? Because the consumer, if the consumer wants to increase the consumption of the one commodity, he has to reduce the consumption of the another commodity. This is the reason. Now let's come to the few assumptions. First assumption, rational behavior. Rational behavior, that means here we are assuming that the consumer is rational. Rational, that means if he tries to obtain maximum satisfaction from his expenditure, he has to reduce the consumption of the another commodity. This is the assumption only. That means हमसे एक समझदार कंज्यूमर को लेकर यहाँ अपनी थ्योरी सेटअप की है. Second one is the ordinal measurement. Ordinal measurement, that means first order, at the A point he is taking 1 unit of X and 30 unit of Y, and on the second point he is getting 2 units of the X, 25 units of the 25. So he is giving order. Or maybe possible if his income increase, तो new curve also can be made. आप न्यू कर्व बनेगा अगर आपकी उसकी इनकम इंक्रीज होगी, तो डेफिनेटली मोर पॉइंट्स वी कैन सी. सो ही विल गिव द प्रेफरेंस, ही विल गिव द इन ऑर्डर. दैट मीन्स if his income increases, so one more curve we will prepare over here. So maybe that curve is IC2. So he will give order to IC2 as compared to IC1. That means he will give preference to another curve as compared to IC1. Third one, which is the most important assumption, transitivity of choice. Transitivity of choice, that means if A is greater than B, maybe if the consumer is giving the preference A to B, or if consumer is giving more preference B to C, so automatically A is greater than B. And if it is not clear, according to the maths, you can know, you know this thing. If A is equals to B and B is equals to C, so automatically A is equals to C. ये होना ही चाहिए. So this is the transitivity of the choice. So this is also very important assumption in this theory, which we will use in the characteristics. Now the next topic is indifference map. Indifference map is the combination or the families of all the indifference curve. That means, like, if the consumer is on this income level, so according to the IC1, he is consuming 1 unit of the X and 5 unit of the Y. If his income increases, so his indifference curve goes upward, and with this new income, with this more income, he will consume 2 units of the X commodity and 5 units of the Y commodity. Again, if his income increases, so again he will reach up to the another indifference curve. So he will purchase 3 units of the X commodity and 15 units of the Y commodity. So obviously consumer will give more preference. IC1 की comparison में he will give more preference to IC2, and IC2 की comparison में he will give preference to more IC3. So that means IC3 gives more satisfaction to the consumer as compared to IC2, and IC2 is giving more satisfaction as compared to IC1. So this is indifference map. Now listen one thing, if income is fixed, so all the points on the one indifference curve will give the consumer equal satisfaction. But if his income increases, so the point on the other indifference curve will give more satisfaction to the consumer as compared to the previous one. But remember, all the points on the one curve gives the equal satisfaction. चाहे वो IC1 हो, चाहे वो IC2 हो. On the IC2 also, all the points will give him a equal satisfaction. On IC3 also, all the points will give him a equal satisfaction. Clear? So what is indifference curve? Indifference curve shows the combination of the two commodities which gives him equal satisfaction. And these are the assumptions of the indifference curve. You please see it again, and whatever the doubts you have, please ask me in the live class.